Perfect, really. They smoked off B site and just stomped their way on, forced everyone off of that site, and then as soon as they've been able to take it, they said, well, actually, we're quite vulnerable here on B, so why don't we just keep this trainer going? And instead, we get the spike down on A here.
They're just going to go and just, oh my goodness, they fly right through there. Sinatra's going to be dancing around this corner, does not get the shot.
Could be actually spotted quite early because you can see two players set up on the B site for Sentinels, and ShahZaM's in the perfect spot with the op as well. And this is just a fantastic hold.
Completely stopping that attempt there. dapr keeping in the camera state too, so gets the tag and now knows that this is going to be happening over yonder by the A site, and they'll just wait this out. The tag there, I just like the cheeky play with the camera. I think that Sean Gears did a brilliant job of just emphasizing the camera use that we're seeing from these players. It's just great that people are always looking to just hang out in those cameras, and it's just an easy retake for Sentinels, which has kind of been their trademark here. And boy, that is a lot of tactical crouching.
Round
Almost shades of what we saw in that last round, except opposite side of the map. TSM will manage to get this spike down. Let's see how the post plan is going to be. So two players actually hanging out further back. Subroza is going to be playing this angle by the box, but we'll have the support on the cross. That blaze wall was something that they did last time, and look at this there. He actually goes into it because he didn't really have many options. Now it's going to be open. But Wardell, in a rare instance, doesn't hit the shot though. Drone, 2 kills for him. Cutler does manage to find one of his own, and Wardell.
one's going to be heading towards double doors, and the rest are going to be going long, and run it back will gain the information, but it won't gain a kill.
It does not. You also heard that flash happen behind him too, but there goes the big flash, and unfortunately for Sick, it's not enough though. 2 kills coming in favor of TSM. They're just just a beautiful smoke isolating them. They'll get this spike down, and Subroza inside of window. He's in the garage like this, right? Like, you know that a player is going to be here to try and hold this area, and Subroza is so comfortable and confident in holding that. Even with 50 HP, he's still going to look to contribute as much as possible, and he does just that. Now knowing where that last player is going to be, the options are severely limited, and then Drone from downtown with that shock dart for. But they're just clear across the other side. They're going in for a flank, and Sinatra's playing this one out. So this is interesting because Sinatraa has now exposed himself, but that's a weakened Cutler, and he sticks it, and he gets it. Their attention will have to be put toward taking some kind of control in mid. zombs is going to have a tough job ahead of him with no utility, no Molly to try and deny that. With that kill though, will manage to get that orbital strike, but oh my, he doesn't even need it because his Phantom's an orbital strike. Be able to get onto this site here. You have 2 players located inside, and there goes another camera. An orbital strike now is coming through here, but zombs, he fries them. Fries, hazed, and drone. Spike still not down yet. Cutler needs to work along this with Wardell. From up top and down low, it just slows him down. It doesn't allow him to corner plant as well. They just have no options, but Wardell's going to have blades out. He's doing this by himself, and a brilliant job there from Sentinels for that Sova to be in a comfortable position far away. They're just trying to get the intel as to where Sentinels are going to be located here, but I do think, though, that they have to be mindful of this, too. A few kills starting to come online for both teams, keeping this one as even as this matchup can possibly be. And Sick with the delay. There goes the Hunter's Fury, just as I said. Not a shocker. And there, he's just going to hold this one out, and he goes in for another one. Can't get the third one because he waited too long, so now he has to go in for the challenge. So they played it very well, but the problem is that he is not going to be able to get there in time because ShahZaM was looking right down the barrel. Like, they're fluid. They move around the map so well, and they're constantly giving themselves new openings and new peaks.
You know what's funny is just seeing these Cypher cameras just being used consistently at A, because both teams worried about the amount of A presence because there's been so many fights at A so far, but smokes will go down to try and defend this C push.
Great angle for zombs. hazed had a lot to worry about when he was coming onto the site there, so zombs getting a few of those kills is nice, but here comes in the back platform of that one. Meanwhile, over at the B side, guess who's going to be waiting for them? It's Odin. And few of those shots are actually going to go through. He could play the corners and get a few of those kills there, but you know, at the end of the day, right, the way that they just charge into this and sick with reckless abandon, and he has that confidence because he knows that his teammates are there to pick up the slack in case he's not able to finish it.
Maybe something similar here, or maybe just a commitment to B. No, it looks like they're going to go for something pretty much identical, but I think it's going to be a plant into B this time, just while showing presence in the A-link.
Yeah, they gave up a lot of space there because they were just waiting to see if the commitment came in, but they full sent it, so now they're able to get that spike down. Look out for hazed, though. He's lingering out on the outside. They're going to need to worry about this mid player here in a moment. A molly to clear that cubby is going to be very important considering people will hang out there. A few smokes to give them some block. If he gets this kill, that would be big, but there goes ShahZaM again, and the round is over in a blink of an eye as Sentinels continue to add on to their winning ways here. That makes you sweat. And here we go, but Wardell still didn't die, and I'm sure that, you know, had he gotten the kill, maybe this round actually turns out a little bit differently, though. Now zombs does try to equal the odds, and there goes sinatraa. So while it wasn't going to be Wardell, did manage to get his man. Wardell's still with this op on the high ground here. And he's just running for this. So they now have to pay attention to him because he managed to get here, which caused the distraction. And they follow up from it. Ace gets on site. He's checking all the corners there. There was just too many angles, too much business for him to handle. Now it's just up to Wardell with 18 HP. I think you just got to count your blessings and try and get out of it. Wise to it does move. Two players are going to be stuck on the site here as Cutler does what he can with that sheriff, and ShahZaM from outside. Now be careful about that flank, ShahZaM. That will be something that could be a really bad day for you if you're not too careful, but you'll be playing the cubby, and he's anticipating this, so this is basically just going to be hazed walking right into the scope. 3 positions.
Look at this at C site.
Get out of my way.
They're inside, and Wardell's just waiting. He's waiting, and he's actually gonna, he's just biding his time. Oh, he's gonna shoot him right in the butt. Oh, dude, that is rough. Oh, Wardell. 2 kills ends the hopes of that. dapr is going to be stuck inside of mid. Will manage to pick up the kill. Could maybe build upon that, but it will be a Herculean task to do so, considering that camera's waiting for him once he walks outside. So he's going to walk right and be seen by millions of people across the world. Oh, there he is. It's called out, so they know exactly where he's going to be. They can play this one accordingly here. There goes the harass from sinatraa, or excuse me, from drone with those darts. It's honestly hard. They're both just landing them right now. That's what you're thinking, but you're anticipating that maybe this push is going to start to come, and they do manage to split onto the site. Hunter's Fury, though, is going to try and slow their roll here as they get on. A lot of tags are going to go in their benefit. Despite that, though, sinatraa gets the kill on Cutler, who was patrolling around a site. Now, we're going to see this retake for TSM, maybe, but Orbital Strike slows down that plant. Now, hazed, being mindful of this, but there was going to be a cross from sinatraa. 2 kills for him. Only going to leave just drone alive, and ShahZaM, he had the beat on him. They knew exactly where he was going to be coming from. Now we're going to be sitting at match point in favor of Sentinels on TSM's pick of Haven. Lace together a few kills here if you're Cutler. Now, he leaves the camera for a moment, but will spam through. Does a sizable amount of damage to those players. Everyone's going to be tagged up and weakened because of that. There goes the shot start from drone, and it lands on ShahZaM. A perfect lineup. They're going to reattempt to go for this again, which they spike gets down, but now it's just up to sinatraa. 49 HP, but it ain't going to matter. And TSM managed to hold on in this one, Gaskin. To be very weak, and Subroza, he's waiting right by the attacker side in an off angle that you're just not going to expect. You're not going to expect this. Subroza wins that one. 2 kills for him, and that is going to give them yet again another win. Strike comes through as they'll now march on to the A site. Spike is going to go down. I think we are going to see a shock dart land, and that is going to hurt a lot of members of Sentinels. dapr, though, does manage to pick up a kill. Looking up top, that player in heaven could be a problem. Spike is down, though, despite that shock dart coming in at a great moment and applying some pressure. Now things are actually just going to slow down a little bit here as Cutler's playing from inside the connector. They do manage to get the tag on 2, but where is going to be that third player? Where is Zombs? They swing for this one, and Wardell, this is it. It boils down to Wardell, and there you have it, folks. Sentinels managed to pick up our first map.
But it is going to be the push onto the A site here.
Oh, and they block off Drone in the back, so he can't really get involved in the fight, and he's just gonna have to focus on actually tearing that one down. But Wardell, though, he'll be the one to handle all the business that's necessary. Sinatraa gets a kill. dapr as well gets followed. Spike now will be planted, and it is just gonna be dapr. He's healthy. He's dapr. Whether or not, though, this is gonna work out, he has to be mindful of the fact that there were players coming from that ramp side, and that will be a first blood here for TSM, for hazed. And hazed, a slow orb is actually just going to prevent them from being able to get a little bit more movement in heaven. Cutler just waiting this one out. But now that the slow orb has dissipated, they'll be receiving them down low. hazed is on this angle. Spike down low, but that is just a ShahZaM peak for just for the win. That was just great. But here's Wardell. He's still alive. He's still going to be a problem. But I think as he creeps forward here, ShahZaM will be waiting for this.
Yeah.
Clean kill on dapr as he tried to make a problem for them on the flank. 2v3. Watch out for the stage that's pushing out. They heard it as well. Thick heard that movement, so jumped right on the opportunity to do so. Drone, this is not going to be a winnable situation for him.
They didn't commit to it. They forced TSM onto the site. But now they're going to push towards B, and it's going to be a 2 versus 1, and they make it. A 2 versus 1 to end the round as well. Spike will go down, and we're going to have to see whether this 1 versus 2 retake for hazed is actually going to be successful. At least he's got full health here.
Full health. He's got all the armor to work with, too. Now, look at that, though. This is a smart one, because with dapr going all the way wrapping around toward heaven, it's going to give hazed like really just no open opportunities here. Going to run right into the stage on the other side, so that's going to be the exchange, and he's expecting the poke to be coming in from that garage, but instead it's dapr from heaven. As soon as that spike went down, he just sprinted around because they knew where he was going to be mid, just to provide some safety, some coverage. The things slow down here yet again. Subroza is going to be the first point of contact. Satchel comes through. He hears that jet dash over to the side, and Subroza continues to be up here in causing distractions and problems as well. And this guy is going to get toasted in the corner.
Oh,
but when you think that he's going to be out of it, he still manages to squeak away 2 kills. It's going to be very difficult for him to work with anything here with 18 HP. He does have... He gets another one? I mean, the man is 18 HP, but he's still being effective. Now he's going to just go right over toward B. Saw that a player was going to be there. That gives him some intel that the only one that will be left here at A is the sniper. 32 seconds remaining. Clock is going to continue to tick down. Wardell has repositioned over towards screens. And now they'll be sending 2 players here too. That's going to be hazed, ready and waiting for that shot.
And they can't just entrust that one cipher to play on a site. They're instead stacking sites, and they're predicting where Sentinels are going to be, and they're doing it very successfully.
Clone killed.
ShahZaM getting that first frag there to start things off. Also, watch out for that showstopper. I don't think it's found any targets. Mid is available now. hazed watching the angle with this op. Only 1 player is going to be there for the cross, and the dark cover is going to block that off. Subroza now, he knows where they are. He knows at least where 1 player is going to be, and if he hears the ropes, he was going to... if he heard the ropes, he was going to go for that shot there, but that's okay. While he does use the orbital strike, it forces them. They don't really get any opportunity to back away in case things just don't go that well. I think in hindsight, he probably would have loved to have been able to hold on to that one as Zombs picks up a kill against Cutler. The paranoia does not connect with...
We saw what Zombs can do before when he's low on health.
It's true. And the man has no health, and then he manages to get 3 kills. So, it's like, what do we know, right?
Teleport is there.
Oh,
And it doesn't matter. The drone's there as well. But okay, dapr, I see you. Don't think you can have time to plant this,
read, though, for the TP because, well, they stopped them there. So even if that didn't happen, they still had someone to be able to respond
comfortably on his own. They don't need a Cypher when you've got Wardell being able to hold it that successfully with the off, and Subroza denying ShahZaM any sort of shot towards heaven.
Oh, they're cooking. Yeah, that was just into the meat grinder there. Little nerve-wracking, I'm sure, for him, because ShahZaM was looking at him. Now Cutler has to deal with this. Does have a paranoia. Is going to be actually deployed out, it seems. 2 kills exchanged, and Sage has managed to pick up some action now.
Smoke's down.
Wardell's still going to be hard holding on B, and Subroza getting to work in the rope room. 2 players there. A site's wide open. This res now couldn't come at a better time here for Sentinels.
I know exactly where you are.
And then the neural theft as well. So they got a lot of intel. This is going to give them all the room that they need. There goes the paranoia. I think it did connect there for a moment.
They just tried to use their fake footsteps to try and bait them towards A, and
yeah, and then they
did that pretty
go
successfully.
right back to B.
And of course, with the neural theft, it is always going to make things a little bit more challenging. TSM with a little bit of money to work with, so they could go for this. And of course, with Wardell in his blades, they're certainly going to give this a go.
The poke actually came in first from dapr. I mean, just the gall from that man, while Wardell had the blades out. Respect that, because Wardell don't miss with those, not often. ShahZaM lined up, and finally Sentinels show some life here. I love that. ShahZaM again is going to have to make magic happen, which he has been able to do so. It's actually going to be dapr this time around, and then the reactive paranoia comes in. He's actually going to prep them to be able to drop them back into the site and herd them exactly where they want. Now here comes ShahZaM. Cutler's just watching all these different angles, and he doesn't get the blade storm either. Gets that kill. This round changes significantly there. Zombs actually was still standing there alongside Wardell, and now that they have bounced back and got an 8th round win.
And the reactive paranoias, again, just to ensure that it's not going to be an easy push into B heaven. Utility, great use there from TSM.
Yeah, and then the slow aura too. Let's not forget that. hazed just gave them a lot of stall. So we just heard that the teleport was used, but I don't think it really mattered and what it benefited them there in the moment in time. But now we are in a position here where Sentinels can get themselves a 4th round win. Spike is going to go down, but Drone has a lot of utility to mess around with here. Blaze Wall can give him a transition. One player's going to be on the outside. He throws that camera out. Drone flies in, sends it, but in a blink of an eye, both players are going to be obliterated as they come through to the defender's side. 8-4 going into the half. A much better result there, and I think that Sentinels are very pleased now. See, all the players are going to be stacked. The rotation is going to start to come through. The jet dash is going to be right in effect there in the wall, common wall placement. Give them some kind of control on site, but they're actually going to be tucked away inside of the corner. Cutler's going to make the best of a bad situation, I should say, though. Drone is going to follow up as well. Now that that wall is out, we're just going to give them no access to site. It basically just built themselves a little corner there, leaving just their Phoenix and your Brim left alone.
A little bit, breathe and reevaluate.
Well, they got exactly the information that they wanted, so now they're going to cut off this area here from screens, but Sick rotates just in the nick of time. The 2 kills that are going to be activated there for Sick is just par for the course for this battle Sage, but team, I don't think they really got what they wanted, and they're just now going to have to commit to this. hazed is ready for this.
Oh,
and,
no.
You know, startling turn of events. hazed actually gets a double as Sick and dapr, they were just tired of waiting. That's going to leave sinatraa here on B side. He hasn't had the most explosive of games that we would typically see of him, but I'm not too concerned about that, considering that he can always turn it up at a moment's notice. Does manage to pick up the kill. Will use the boom bot, and also finds out that a player is going to be there. Challenger on the side, and hazed had a moment to blink there with that. Thankfully, it worked out for him, but unfortunate for sinatraa, who just had too much to handle. Now planted all the way at the back corner. Now let's see how Sentinels, who have always been Exquisite on the retake. What do they do here? They have 4 players alive. ShahZaM might be able to get this open kill, but it's going to be Cutler. Oh no! I actually thought that Cutler was going to get the better of ShahZaM there, but instead it's ShahZaM who thrives. hazed, though, was waiting. They knew that he was going to be positioned there. Sinatraa dancing around this, needs to bounce this shot, and he couldn't get the gun or the bullet back into the gun in time. And even with all of that, it's going to be Subroza in the corner.
But sinatraa,
They did not see him
perfect
go
position, has showstopper too.
They did not see him go there, and Sick's going to do but there actually is going to be the reactive there. Nice paranoia, but Sick waited for the opportunity. The satchel still does damage, but Sick again is going to be the one that gets the last laugh there. He's covered. If they poke, which they will be poking slowly, he can place fabricates. They actually look away at that right at the moment now. Information has been given with the teleport there, but dapr is good for 1. Also the neural theft too. That is quite good for them just to get the neural theft off at that blink of an eye moment. Also Subroza, he's going to be banged up, but should be able to get out of this. 37 HP though, 6 HP, scratch that. Spike goes down to default. They know that this is the case here, and I think, you know, as far as what this retake could look for Sentinels, they really just have to worry about 2 players. And I know that may be, you know, kind of discounting the Brimstone here, but understand that they have so many eyes just scattered about that map. Cutler will have to do something amazing here. Even with that low HP, Subroza still gets the kill, leaving only just Wardell to hold that down. Sentinels are going to maintain this control here.
Are going to be coming out of sewers. And Wardell gets the better of ShahZaM. He does not fear any man who has an op in his hand.
Sinatraa apparently doesn't fear anything that could be challenging him inside of the smoke. He gets a kill and equals it up here, 4-4. Drone waiting inside of dark cover. If Wardell gets a sniff, he's going to pop that. He does see some movement and also sees another player there as well. Look out for Drone. Can actually contribute to this here, but actually is going to get caught off and then won't be able to do much now. While all that was going on, there was some activity happening over on toward the A side, but they just recognized that they needed to rotate around. And a smart read too. The wall's out. It brings those 2 players over. And then at that point, they send it over to A. But he has a really nice angle here. Once zombs pushes this, he's gonna get shot. Oh no, he actually goes for the shot but misses it out now. Zombs and them are gonna just go for the site take, but dapr dies in the process now, just leaving Zombs alone, and Wardell gets 4 kills in that round. That is gonna be match point here for TSM. Well done for TSM. That's why they're gonna be in the position that they're in right now, and Zombs is gonna be with a weak stinger there, but ShahZaM still has that op and has his teammates back. Zombs is gonna go inside of the dark cover, and here's movement, so he actually exchanges positions there for a moment. ShahZaM hits a big shot there. Now it's just going to be 1 player left alive for TSM. And he's coming all the way around. dapr waiting, potentially. hazed can win this one. The rocket does not get anything, and actually may have heard that too by screams. Oh, no. I thought that was going to be a connection, but he doesn't get a kill. Now Sinatraa waiting on site.
They've got all the info. Like, they know where he is.
Know where he is.
That was his chance. He had to hit those shots.
And hazed just has to look at too many areas. He has to worry about heaven. He has to worry about screens. But now he knows exactly where these 2 players are going to be. Heals himself up now. The poke. dapr just attempting to go for the look, but they double peek there, and it works. Sentinel's still going to be alive up now. And ShahZaM's just checking his corners, as he should. He has a teammate there to back him up, too. They're going to go for this, and now with that shot, that's actually going to be the push. Subroza manages to get the kill, but Sick is going to be waiting in the wings, and that's 2 for him. Oh, this is a big round for Sentinels, but Wardell pokes around. It's still going to be so tough because he's by himself. He only has a few seconds remaining, and Sentinels are going to have 10 rounds on the board. Gaskin pushes him back, but they know the paranoia is not going to be available to them now, and that was a job well done at the outer lanes of the map. And then hazed pushes inside of garage, so this actually is going to take a lot of activity over here toward B site, even though the spike is going to be located at A. This is just a great fake to pull attention over toward hazed. Now that they know that that kill has happened,
No.
They're actually just going to have zombs here to try and hold this thing off. The neural theft has been used. So they know where they're located, but zombs, I mean, zombs by right in the back sight now, and he bails away right in the nick of time. ShahZaM finds Wardell. Only player's going to be left alive is Cutler. There is just no real options for him. And we are within one.
Are more defensive here. You can see they recognize the money for TSM. They want to force TSM to do something, but TSM are going to go all the way to defend to spawn. Zombs does get one, but at least Wardell is there for the trade. And that's a gun to Wardell here, GB. And that is big, big news.
Yes, but Wardell is going to be split up from the rest of the team, so no one was there to help him out. ShahZaM gets kills with the knives there, but ShahZaM actually can't back away, and now the A site's going to be available here. Oh man, it's going to be a 3v2. Subroza dies because of that. They have a res, but they won't be able to use it against anyone. 75 HP for hazed. 2 to 3 players are going to be located here by the screens. And hazed manages to get one. The slow orb is going to go out there. Hazed continues. He goes in for another. That's going to give Cutler an advantage here. He plays the corner now. And if he gets this kill, I would just be stunned. They turned an awful situation into something spectacular. In an angle that I do not think Sick is going to be prepared for here. The burst, and that is going to do it. TSM get the win. 13-11, but boy, oh boy.
To ascend TSM Sentinels Grand Final, Golden Boy and Gaskin. Take it away.
Thank you so much, Moses. And the pressure is on for Sentinels, but if there is a team that thrives in this, it is going to be this Sentinels lineup. They have always been doubted. People question their skill. And I think it's safe to say the questioning, the doubt, it stops here. Both TSM and Sentinels, as I said numerous times, have elevated this game in such a short amount of time here. And they're looking to elevate one another in this matchup. Just as I say that, though, sinatraa is able to get a kill there against Wardell. 2 players going to be left alive here as they're dancing around this site. sinatraa and dapr get to work against Subroza, leaving Cutler just alone in B main. And it is Sentinels letting them know who's boss here on Ascent at the start. Hold the angle regardless. I still think they go in there and check it. Yeah, they do. And hazed, a headshot clean. Well, not the cleanest, I should say. It does take some damage now. Zombs and sinatraa are going to be working in tandem to own the A site, but they did get some intel as to where these players are going to be located, and that means that the confidence is there for them to charge into the B site. But don't be too confident, though, because ShahZaM gets 2 in mid. He was waiting that one out. 36 seconds remaining. Here's some time for them to make some moves, but they got to get that spike, which they do manage to obtain. 2v3. But that moment that they could move over to B comfortably was stopped by ShahZaM just because he was going to be living inside of mid and no one was wiser to it.
Just so much confidence from ShahZaM as well to be able to push out at the right time. And now TSM are going to be forced to go towards this A site, and zombs is there. He's waiting. Drone, will he even get the plant? Just go for the extra 300, and then I imagine the peak's going to be there, but also you've got the shock darts that are there and available from sinatraa as well. He was waiting. He was saving that shock dart just in case things got a little bit hairy.
They do focus on the task of getting that orb here, which will activate Blade Storm. Now the rival Hunter's Fury is actually going to be used by Drone and does now land onto it. And he gets 2. Oh boy, so zombs died from the Blade Storm, but did some damage with that too. Wardell needs to be careful, but oh my goodness, turns around, heard the footsteps from Sick. Fortunately for him, he's going to be the last player left alive, and that means that him and ShahZaM, or dapr and ShahZaM, can actually work together there.
There is going to be no middle presence just yet. It's going to be a deeper position for ShahZaM on Fountain. And actually an aggressive stance from Sick, but at least there was the trade.
The teleport up, he heard that though, but the paranoia actually, and then dapr is there for the rescue. Helps him out as hazed trying to get a little ambitious. Some shock darts are being exchanged in the corner. sinatraa lands it in that, and it's just in the cubby, right? Just placing it where he wants. And they are back to the drawing board again.
Just 4 of them too. Subroza's actually been able to get up here, but look at the paranoia. Zombs just saving it at the right time. At least Wardell was there for the trade.
Out though for this. Oh no! Oh. Okay, well, Sick was a little paranoid there for a moment because Wardell just flew right over him. Only player there left alive is going to be Cutler with 46 HP. He's going to do the best he can to get some kills and make it just a tad expensive, but With the way that their economy is right now, it doesn't really matter. Inside of main, but he still will be able to get a response quicker than normal, which is going to allow Sick to get that kill. Now sinatraa can actually just play back here in case they did try to push up. Shock darts would hold him off. But B is going to look like it is an option. Only one player, though, still going to be there. And then sinatraa. Vision is going to get broken up. No one has actually gone for the commit quite yet. And they're just going to double back from this one.
Especially when you've got the ultimate.
That's so good. But now they're going to have to fly over there. And this is going to be huge for hazed. A big kill. They got to get there in time. They should be okay to do it. And now they'll get A site. A great play there for TSM. They won't get an opportunity to play. Well, they get an opportunity to place a spike, but they won't win by the plant. They'll win by kills, which when he does want to push that, can actually activate it and go for it. Subroza playing the angles. Here comes the recon now. But oh boy, the dark cover actually disappears at the worst possible time. And then Wardell's going to see that. And he's going to benefit from it greatly. 2 kills for them now. Give TSM 2. Will be disappearing here in a moment's time. The tension is so high, but here comes the Hunter's Fury. Well timed there alongside with the curveball too. Drone manages to get the kill against zombs, but on the outskirts, it's ShahZaM waiting for the cross by Tree. So now that's just going to stop this push, but Spike will go down. Drone managed to get inside of the site. Here comes the Rolling Thunder now. We're seeing players actually dip back. He's actually still gonna, yeah, I was gonna say not drone, but Subroza was still gonna be inside of this, so they had to handle him quickly, which they managed to accomplish. Now 2 players still gonna be left alive. ShahZaM's gonna win that duel. Only 1 left. ShahZaM got 4. And now I think that you had highlighted it perfectly, Gaskin. This was vital. Look at that economy. Pretty much like a foregone conclusion here that TSM will get a 4th attack round right before we switch sides.
1 down.
Let me not speak too fast now. There's still going to be some players left alive. And actually, that player was going to be rather weak now. Dapr's looking to make this one into a moment here. But Cutler did not want to give dapr that shine. Button was pressed. And a wall up high, too. Puts some pressure down and forces them to actually have to go inside of sight. But just the angle here that Subroza gets. He gets 2 with that shot with the ghost. Oh, man. This round now actually changes up big time. Wardell, also not to be outdone, will secure himself 2 kills. TSM barging through the door like the Kool-Aid man.
Oh,
ShahZaM
on the back front.
Yeah, that was going to be a kill on main, which is impressive that he was able to do so. And then the flash is going to just impede any kind of a push that's going to happen. This round has, at the very least, you got to commend them for what they managed to accomplish by getting on the side and trying to bully them away from this. Only player left alive is going to be ShahZaM here, and he's going to go for this. He's going to go for this. In Color, he tried to stick it, but he does the damage, and beautiful shot from Cutler. It's going to be enough. And zombs are going to be wrapping around. Sick does manage to get back to his teammates. Wardell watching this angle, and if you go at it cold like that, Wardell will get the better of you every single time. I don't know if you know Gaskin, but apparently he does not miss.
Apparently he doesn't miss, and the way he repositions himself consistently throughout the map as well makes it so difficult for Sentinels to even try and consider where they want to be pushing. Because you never know where Wardell is going to be waiting with this off, and there's another peek, and that's going to be a 3K, and it's just easy pickings for him at this point. They're just running into bullets.
Give it to him. Yeah, I mean, I know that Sick doesn't want to give it to him, but hey, if it were to happen, I wouldn't be all that angry, though. Sick is going to be located up high. Wardell now knows exactly where he's going to be. He has to make the play happen here with the blades out, though. Will not get the ace, denied that. And he also had the spike, too. But thankfully, wait a minute. Okay, he delays it enough, and there's no opportunity for him to plant that one out. But I like the, I like just the scare that it's not going to come here. 3v4 or 4v4, apologies for that one, but either way though, it doesn't matter because the numbers are going to be thinning rather quickly for TSM. Only player left alive, it's going to be Wardell, and 11-7 Sentinels They're creeping closer and closer. So 2 players by A side gives them a lot of knowledge. They know that Cypher's here at B, that Cutler's waiting in the wings for them. But they can actually win this battle out because all he's going to have is a bulldog. And as he comes through the room, sick with the confidence, unreal. And now we're going to be at match point here, Gaskin. We could be going to a game 5 in this grand final.
And that's when they'd make their move. But instead, they're all heading to mid.
Oh, hazed. Spectre. Oh, okay. I was a little worried there, but he was able to dance around just a bit to give them some slowdown. Oh, and Wardell actually through the dark cover sees zombs, and he's going to be kicking himself for that one. Cutler's trying to get bullied out of this boathouse. Does get a kill for it, though. Another player is located on the right side. Here we go, though. Spike is going to go down. Can TSM keep this one going? A headshot. Now it's going to be left up to ShahZaM here. 1v2, 1 kill. Is this going to be for the game as ShahZam's dancing around the box? And there you have it. Oh my goodness.
We're going to bind Sentinels, TSM, grand finals, $25,000 on the line, $50,000 prize pool. It's pistol round time. Golden Boy Gaskin, take it away.
Oh, what a time for us to actually start this one off as sinatraa actually found Subroza, but just out of the gate, the trade was there. hazed and Drone, they got aggressive on this defensive pistol. I love it.
Oh boy, I mean, if this is anything to go by, just straight
punch him in the
away,
face.
getting in the face and saying we are not even going to allow you to strategize whatsoever. We are going to take any of that information, any of that slow play away from you and deny it instantly.
Mike's not quite at the site yet, though. dapr with that kill. Should actually give the prompt here for them to actually bring the spike in. Now, hazed of the showers could be a problem for them, and it is going to come to fruition there. Kill blocked off. They blocked lamps, but those players actually held back in defender side. I love that.
Smoke off heaven, for example. You can't smoke it off as effectively if you're trying to push through short. So that's why we're seeing this kind of back and forth in showers.
Okay, well, now orbital strike is going to be used, and that's going to break up some of these players. Now, hazed, as he bursts out, gets a kill, and they didn't check the corner there. Drone gets 2.
I have the
Just they at no point knew that he was there. They knew that the one player was going to be playing in showers because that player destroyed ShahZaM tag. But they knew that player destroyed the camera, so they got that intel. But the fact that they had the wherewithal to do that, and now they also will get this plant off in the nick of time. We're gonna know exactly where he is. So many annoying little places for those trap wires to be. ShahZaM had just no chance there. They bursted through.
Thing as well, just in case there is going to be that bathrooms push.
nowhere to run.
They see them. All right, well, Drone waited. Now ShahZaM, Hunter's Fury, does manage to pick up the kill there, but his teammates actually die, and then he waits for the opportune moment for it, forces him back. He's actually doing the process of elimination here. He tagged over in front of the U-Haul and then went a little further to that cubby. The Wardell kill there is basically just going to lock this round up. 20 seconds remaining. They're stuck on the bench with frenzies. There was some investment in this round, but just no time for them to be able to make anything happen here. They know exactly where zombs is, and Stick is basically not going to be long for this world at 1 HP. And
Sentinels to get into any sort of comfort zone, and they'll be a little bit annoyed and probably kicking themselves that they gave that round away in such a fashion, but so much respect for actually going for it, as the orbital strike will be fired and allow presence now up B long for Sentinels.
that shock dart was wild, and this play from Subroza is even more insane. 2 more kills as well for Wardell and Cutler. It's just going to be zombs. But even though zombs is alive, I mean, this man managed to pull off a near miracle with barely any health on split earlier on. Knows where one is. If he can get this kill, but he's not quite sure where that other player was going to be hanging out, and that was the mid. So once it threw him off, hazed swung for it. Of TSM. No, he's actually going to go for the orbital strike instead. He's determining where this is going to go, and he's waiting for that. Oh man, that was a good one. It's going to be on elbow, forcing them further inside of the defensive side there, but they were just a little too crafty, and that's going to give Sentinels there the win. But in the pistol, the fact that 2 players were like holding hands at at that wall is so good. Now, though, as this round continues on, Wardell does manage to open things up with a shot, but will be blown up there by Sinatraa. A few satchels, as well as the shot with the Phantom. Subroza now waiting for these players as they push forward here. A clean shot, one tap, one dig, looking for another, but it ain't gonna come here. We can't do anything in case the players did get hit by the trap wire. Now, Hunter's Fury from behind the site there. Drone tags one, gets the kill on dapr. We'll get spiked down. And Subroza's there again. He's doing it again. He's still inside of the TP room, which puts fear inside of the player that has to patrol inside of Hookah.
Sentinels do have orbital strike though. If zombs can get off of sight, which he has done so, this is still a winnable round.
Oh, he pushed him. That color actually came through the elbow, and then he burns the orbital strike too. There's just enough time. There's plenty of time for them to do this because they defuse halfway. As they will be rejoined. dapr and Sinatraa will actually going to be together. Cutler does manage to avoid that. We'll get tagged a little bit from the shock dart, but it's not enough to actually do some damage, as well as that molly. Good placement there too, though, forcing him actually to play a little further back against that wall and expose himself. So ShahZaM's going to be able to benefit from that one greatly. ShahZaM with 2 as well. Spike is going to go down here. Drone was going to be a problem, but is handled instantly there by dapr. Now as Wardell creeps around the corner, no shot for him. A tailwind is going to drift him right back outside. This is looking good here for Sentinels. They have so many players left alive. And Sinatraa, they just went right for it. Even though hazed is going to be causing some problems here, they knew where he was. They had him dead to rights, and they managed to get it into a 7-5 score line in the half.
Ability in comparison to TSM, so they can't just flash their way down middle.
That's the reason why you... And this is also going to be that benefit of Jet, right? He uses that story, gets right in their face, and then is able to pick up at least 1 kill. Subroza there to help out too. This is going to leave now zombs just with his head in a swivel. No real options for him. Sick. Alone. Pops up behind him. Oh man, he's waiting for it. He didn't see him. Oh my goodness. He gets the kill. He's going to be in this one. Oh goodness gracious. He's still dancing around. Oh my goodness. Oh, sick. Oh, sick. What a play.
Plays Sentinels, but they surprised the world with how well they were able to answer all the questions Sentinels posed.
Oh man, and that push through the smoke was quite ambitious. Although they do manage to procure themselves 2 kills, ShahZaM still being alive with his bulldog will be a problem that they can't quite handle. So that is going to send the spike over toward B, get some extra cash. 1v3, 48 HP. You know you're going to be surrounded here. The wall's also going to be blocking you off, though, but perhaps can actually make this one into something. But just as I say that, it's sick yet again. When warning shots through, so we'll get a response back from Wardell. Be careful, though, because with that orbital strike, it can actually cause a big problem for them here. The orbital strike is going to force the player out to the side, and hazed has no other choice but to run into the loving arms there of zombs. While that was going on, though, Drone managed to get that kill against zombs. He was a little far out to the left. And now this spike is going to be going down. Wardell's playing the angle on top of this box. He does not want to leave this. He's watching. He sees him, but misses the shot in a rare occurrence here, caught live on Twitch. But stranger things have happened. But what is not strange is how TSM have managed to just force their way bluntly onto this site now. As Zombs lurks about, though. Wardell bails out of this one, goes low, and that's 4 kills for Drone, tying this game right back up. If you thought TSM were going to be out of it, joke's on you.
Smokes will come out, but also counter smokes available at the same time. And look at this camera, and he gets the tag as well.
There they are.
This is a huge tag with the camera. No. Oh man, I was so worried that he was actually going to hit that shot. He disappeared right at the nick of time because that could have been really, really bad. That said, though, now Sinatraa just transfer this over. Thankfully, ShahZaM's there to help him out. And just like that, they pushed on through short, but then they're just going to get met. And the camera was the difference maker there. Tell them any kind of leverage to get on site. Time is going to be ticking here. Wardell knows that he's right there. He just cannot give up this op. They have to hold it, but they do not. And now we're getting close here. Dangerous territory for TSM. He knows exactly where Wardell is going to be, but he's not going to be too focused on him until he needs to be. But he actually should have been paying attention to him a lot sooner. And that is why these ultimates are so important, because now they managed to get the A site. TSM right back in this one.
Wardell is disgusting, and that is why it's so important to save those ultimates for the right time. Even with an eco round, they're still doing a job here. Retake's still available though, and Showstopper is available for Sinatraa too.
Oh, that's a big kill. That's a big kill. And this nade's actually going to be big too, because it's going to apply some damage to Wardell. 85. Here comes the Showstopper, and it lands right on Wardell. This is now going to be a winnable opportunity here for Sentinels. They get the kill. This could be match point here. It's all going to come down to Cutler. Cutler with a Sheriff. Does he have what it takes? Surely he does. He knows where they're going to be. Taps one, goes in for the other one, but he's actually going to hold on to it, but he gets off of it. And Sick is the hero for this team. Does he get the defuse? Yes, he does. With 0.03 remaining. Sentinels are at match point. Tournament point.
I thought the 0.06 yesterday was nuts, but 0.03.
Watch out for Sick on the rotation. Hookah's empty. He can go in there and play spoiler to TSM's chances of staying in this.
Rez is available, but he's not going to be able to get there to do anything about it, so they're going to have to just work with what they've got now. 2 rifles and an op for this retake for Sentinels. They've been so good at retaking, but Wardell instantly denies the op possibilities.
Now that is going to be a winnable moment here for TSM, but they're not out of the fire quite yet. Here comes hazed, though. A brilliant flank wrapped around TSM. Still going to stay alive here, despite the best efforts of Sentinel. The orb. Now, dapr sees the drone coming in. He's playing that common position. They haven't really handled where that camera was going to be, but here comes the push. Now at the elbow, they'll more than likely wall this off, but actually dapr's going to be watching up top, and a kill comes through. B site's available. They're going to get in this, they're going to plant it, and they're right back in this game. And I don't even think they need to necessarily use Hunter's Fury if the moment doesn't call for it, but they are going to be pushing this one, and Cutler is waiting there. He's waiting there, gets 2 kills. He was waiting for the transition through the TP. It paid off. He gets it. TSM now 1 step closer to getting him this game again and tying it up and taking it to OT. Here we go. This is going to be for all marbles now, but the nade's actually going to force back some attention. Subroza waits this one out. He won't die because he will have that run it back, but Wardell is there and kills the first opper. Subroza again is the hero this team has been needing, and he steps up. dapr gets slayed out in the outside. It's only going to be left up to the opper of Sentinels, ShahZaM, to try and pull something together. But ladies and gentlemen, in game 5, we're going to overtime. Okay, he drops back on the corner, that little angle there. But the recombo actually is going to tag 3 people. And hazed, he gets the kill on zombs before he can place it, and then puts the Molotov right there, preventing him from being able to get that spike and plant it. But the spike transfer from ShahZaM. Oh my goodness, 2 HP and definitely a dream. They'll get this spike back, but then coming out from the flank, it's Subroza, as dapr knows that this player is going to be here. His options are going to be severely limited. 1 in heaven, 1 located at short, and as he goes for the plant, Wardell can make this peek happen and get the kill, and he's going to nail the shot. Actually tags him and does a substantial amount of damage, but he's still going to be alive and very much in this fight. If dapr's alive, it's going to be a problem. Oh, there it is. Wardell, he just waited for it. He waited for the opportunity, but that dart, that recon bolt was the round. Had an answer to dealing with this camera. And here comes the push, and an immediate response there is going to give zombs the first kill, first blood on Subroza, which is big considering how much Subroza has contributed to this team. And then dapr playing around that. That smoke was so nicely done too, because it gave him enough of a crack there, but it doesn't even matter because hazed goes inside, he gets 2 headshots, and he's going to get that spike down.
hazed just doing hazed things yet again, stepping up at the right time. This man is an absolute beast.
Oh no, oh no, the orbital strike forces them back. Okay, so now more delay. but they'll be back in here. They can heal. They will be fine, but it's a 2v3. Now it's going to be a 1v1. It's just up to Sick. He has been spectacular, but it's not going to matter because Wardell gets the final shot, and TSM are your FaZe Valorant Invitational.